Welcome back. This time we're talking about Black Panther, the 18th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which just seems to can do no wrong because this is another home run for Marvel Studios. Directed by Ryan Coogler, who gave us Fruitvale Station as well as Creed, Black Panther is a movie that delivers all of the superhero action that we've come to expect from the Marvel movies, but combines it with a story that is not afraid to discuss certain issues and situations, and does so in a way that is thought provoking and without pretending that there are easy answers to these situations. The film stars Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa, otherwise known as Black Panther, who was first introduced in Captain America Civil War. And this film is a good example of how Marvel can use its combined cinematic universe to benefit its films even when they're focusing on an individual character such as this one. As I mentioned, we first meet T'Challa in Captain America Civil War when his father is killed in a terrorist attack that's blamed on Bucky. But the seeds were planted even before then, all the way back with Avengers Age of Ultron, when we first met Claw, a weapons dealer who mentions that he stole the vibranium, which Ultron wanted to buy from him in that film, from this country called Wakanda. And that was our first introduction to the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of this country. But it really wasn't until the after credit sequence in Civil War that we first got to see it, and now we actually have a story set in this world. And what that background allows this film to do is avoid the traditional origin story movie tropes. A lot like Spider-Man Homecoming was able to do. We met that character in Civil War as well, and that allowed his first solo outing to be more about his continuing adventures instead of, again, your traditional origin story. And that's what we get in Black Panther, with T'Challa returning to his kingdom several weeks after the events of Civil War to officially take the crown and become king of his country. So this is not a story about a man becoming a superhero. This is a film about a man becoming king, a leader of his people, and all of the responsibilities that come along with that. And as such, this is a very different story than a lot of what we get in the other MCU films. Pretty much all the other characters that we've met have been American, and in a country that is not always terribly accepting of people who are different from them. In the case of Wakanda, the Black Panther, the king, is basically the same thing. They revere the Black Panther, see him as their protector, their country's protector. So that was a very interesting dynamic to see compared to a lot of the other origin stories of our superheroes. And of course, this is the first Marvel Cinematic Universe film to have a black superhero as the lead. And it's clear that has definitely resonated with a lot of people, and rightfully so. But that's also clearly not something that I can really adequately discuss. I don't have the background to discuss that part of this film, so all I can come at this film is as a fan of superhero movies, and I can say this is a very, very, very good one. It's going to be very high on my list of the MCU films. I think it's one of the better solo introduction films. Again, I'm not going to call it an origin story film because this is more of a grander introduction to a character that we met briefly in a previous film. The special effects are great. The acting across the board is amazing. This has a phenomenal cast that includes Danai, best known for her work in The Walking Dead, Lupita Nyong'o, Michael B. Jordan, Andy Serkis, Forrest Whitaker, Angela Bassett, and Martin Freeman. And I really don't want to get into too much of the specifics of the story beyond that, again, T'Challa is returning to his kingdom to become king, and a threat that is not necessarily from the outside returns to challenge his claim. But like I said at the beginning, there are some pretty weighty issues that are major themes of this film And I was very happy that they did not try to pretend that there were easy answers to these issues. So suffice it to say, this is another great film with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, further expanding that universe and giving us a new glimpse of a different part of the world, and does so amazingly well. This was a really fun movie, great visuals, great acting, great characters, and something really different from what we've gotten before. So for now, I'm going to turn it over to you. If you've seen Black Panther, what did you think about it? And what's your favorite character overall from the Marvel Cinematic Universe so far? As always, you can subscribe to my channel, check out some other reviews, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies.